Fulton. You're fighting with something that's bigger than you are. It ain't bigger than us honest folks if we band together. If this is why you make your own law, all right, then let us make some. Who's going to enforce them? We will. We'll form a vigilante committee. They did it in California and it worked. This ain't California, is it? No. Back to California. Then take it lying down and live in fear the rest of your lives. I won't. Maybe you won't have long to live. All right. All right. If you want to be run by thieves and killers, I'll go it alone. I ain't afraid of them.
The senator is a very clever man. He has a way with words. He has a knack for twisting the truth and distorting the facts to his own advantage. Listening to him here today makes me concerned for my country.
Point of order. You will sit down, Senator. I see no reason why Senator Bodie should not continue.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I was saying, I'm concerned for my country when I see the way the truth can be bottled up by points of order and rules of parliamentary procedure. It's kind of frightening. But there's something that scares me even more than that. Politics, rules of parliamentary procedure can be learned by a man given enough time. A man with enough spirit, courage, and know-how can fight what's been going on here today, and he can beat it. Where are these men with the spirit and the courage and the know-how when you need them? When you turn to them for help, all you find is a tired spirit and a sick soul. When you look to them for courage and integrity, all you find is cowardice and greed. A scarecrow of a man bought and paid for. You hold your hand out to a trusted friend, a man who took an oath to administer and defend justice. All you find is a Judas. I guess that's about all I've got to say, Mr. Speaker, except that I'm disillusioned, discouraged, and disgusted.
You said all you're going to say, Della. Now stay out of this.
Why, Roy? So somebody else can die?
Get out of the way, Della.
Not until it's said. All of it.
I'm telling you.
You're not telling me, not anymore. Forget it, Roy. You'll never be another Major Courtney. Not even you could sink that low.
The lady's got something to say. You're all going to listen. You can't talk about the Major that way.
I can talk about him any way I want. I was his wife. Oh, you didn't know that, did you? You fools. You're waving your torches, carrying your rifles, and for what? Major Almighty Courtney was a lie. A paper idol on a pedestal of dead minds and broken dreams. That big, beautiful town hall, his gift to you. Oh, and you paid for it. Each one of you, over his crooked tables at the Paradise. He bought your respect. Just like he bought every one of us. And the beauty of the rotten little fairy tale is that he made us like it.
Why are you listening to all this?
Because you can't stop it, Roy. Any more than you can stop being what he always wanted you to be. A rug for him to walk on. A disciple to hold him up as he walked across the water.
You said enough.
Well, now what's the matter, Sheriff? Am I getting too close? Why do you think that he pinned this badge on you? Because he thought that you were going to uphold the law? Oh, no. He put it on because he wanted a coward to bend the law his way. Just as he wanted a thief like Kreider to run the bank on his terms. And a man with fists and no brain, like Cain, to build his ranch out of the broken bones of little people too weak to fight back. But most of all, he needed me. The audience of one that he had to have in his theater of lies. Oh, I knew. I knew from the beginning. But I ran his saloon. I cheated his customers, and I laughed at his jokes. Because that's what I was. I was his saloon woman. Not good enough to wear his name, but good enough to wear his cheap jewelry. Because of him, something died in each one of us. And what was dead was hope. Hope. I understood that last night. For the first time when he told me that we were through. That cowboy didn't kill him. I did. I only wish he could have shot back.
You mean to say you have a member of the gang in my jail now?
I'm pretty sure he's one of them.
Wait till I get my hands on him.
It's no use. We already tried to make him talk.
And by the time I get to him, he'll talk.
Now, wait a minute, Ned. He's under the protection of the law.
Was the law protecting my father when they killed him? That murdering skunk ought to be lynched.
Did your father allow prisoners to be mistreated?
But this is different.
But you swore to uphold the law. It's no different now than it was then.
Sure, but this
Now,
is...
we can catch this gang without beating up a prisoner.
He don't look so big no more, does he? I've heard it said that the success of retirement can only be measured by the size of the hole it takes to bury a man. Amen, brother. I'd like to talk to a prisoner by the name of Brewster.
A killer named Brewster, you mean?
I always heard a man was considered innocent until he was proved guilty at a trial.
He was caught red-handed by the stage driver, and when Judge Kohler gets here, he'll get the rope.
I see you're back, Sheriff.
I was away in county business, Mrs. Pierce. Man has to earn his pay.
How? By being conveniently out of town when my husband was dragged from his home and lynched?
Mrs. Pierce, all of us here in High Point have been glad to have you teaching our children. We have nothing but admiration
For Jeff's widow, but not for the law, nor for the decent things I've been trying to teach here.
Your husband, Mrs. Pierce, was a thief. It's your move.
Even if that was so, that still doesn't excuse you. Or those assassins that hung him.
What's an assassin, Ma?
Sorry that it's come to this for you, Mrs. Pierce.
Stage should be along any minute now. Time in St. Louis will heal your hurts, ma'am.
What's an assassin, Ma?
A cowardly killer.
That's the way you're going to run things. I don't want any part of it. Jim, you haven't been back home long enough to realize what's behind all this trouble. I've been back here long enough to realize that this republic that you set up is nothing but a one-man show. America is a free country, and if the people of this territory want to rejoin the Union, it's up to them. Well, what the people want and what I want are two different things. You don't suppose I built up this republic to hand it over to the regional governor on a silver platter, do you? No, we mustn't quarrel. We must never quarrel. Everything I'm doing is for you. Well, if that's the case, why don't you give me a chance to run things for a while? If we gain the confidence of the people, they'll work with us, not against us. The citizens of the Rio Grande would never believe either one of us now. If they continue fighting me, I'll smash every one of them. Guess there's nothing more that I can say. But I'm not going to stay here and help you make slaves out of free Americans. I'm going to fight to put Texas back into the Union.
Hey, listen here. I got something to say to you, Mr. Candidate. Yes, and to everybody else in this place that's going to vote for this crook here.
Who are you calling a crook?
I'm calling you a crook because I think you're involved in this claim jumping. Yes, sir, and that you're just trying to be elected sheriff so that you can protect your own land thieves.
You do that again and I'll kill you. So help me, God, I'll kill you.
She means it, Gil. She loves him. Gil, doctors take an oath as well as sheriffs. And there's a reason for both. The one has to do with saving lives, no matter what I think about a man. That's why I told them he has yellow fever. The other binds you to uphold the law by due process, to protect an accused man against illegal violence, no matter what you think. It's a principle that's more important than that man or Nadine or me or you, Gil. You can't give him to that mob.